back. uSports Central, Adam Deal, Charles Ashley getting set for that Cleveland Rio Rancho tip-off a little bit later tonight. Be there pregame 6:30. Depends on when the JV game ends. Scheduled tip-off is 7 o'clock. You never know. We had a triple overtime game, so just be patient with us. The game is here on uSports Network Channel 26 and ProViewNetworks.com.
Good old JV games. You know that
we've had triple overtime. We've had games start at 8 and it's supposed to start at 7.
It's going to be wild. So expect whatever you think is going to happen is not going to happen tonight. So if that JV game you think is going to go overtime, it probably won't. But if you expect this game to be a blowout, it's not. It's going to be one of the greatest games of this week, I'll tell you.
3 and out, Charles. National Signing Day is tomorrow. And usually New Mexico pretty quiet.
Pretty.
Maybe 1 or 2 signs here that is interesting. Tomorrow we got a lot going on. You said it just a minute ago when we broke it in headlines. Luke Decker is going to go to Air Force, following the footsteps of his brother. That's fantastic for La Cueva.
It is.
Obviously, there's been a lot of big news with Zach Gentry and him flipping now to Michigan with the verbal commit, expected to sign tomorrow. There's a press conference at El Dorado High School that we're going to be at, and we're going to get the reaction of Zach Gentry and everything tomorrow at 1:30 and make sure that we show it to you here on uSports Central. So expected to go to Michigan. I guess you never know until you actually sign.
Yeah, tomorrow's the official day that they can sign, but all signs are pointing to Big Blue for Gentry.
Okay, so what are some of the other signs that we haven't really talked about, Charles? And I thought it would be fun to kind of bring into light. Of course, tomorrow, we haven't talked about this in a while, Blair Manley.
Yeah.
What a senior year he had. What a fantastic cornerback and wide receiver he was for the Cibola Cougars. Expected to sign for the University of New Mexico Lobos. The Lobos only offer locally, which is a little wild. I believe they did offer Kavika Johnson, but I'm not sure if Kavika Johnson, which is interesting, by the way. Kavika Johnson, we'll find out where he's going to try to attend as tomorrow's signing day for him as well out of Las Cruces. But so far as we know, Blair Manley, the only New Mexico commit.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I guess you can make the argument that the players that Coach Davey and the Lobos are looking for are probably not here right this year because Blair Manley is the only one as of now that we know of signing. But when you go down the list of players that we're talking about, there's some talent here, some guys I think that could probably redshirt, some guys who can probably get in, bulk up, and in 2-3 years are going to be good players. I think it's always good to recruit in your backyard as well because you want the support of the community, and the lack of signings are troubling to me. Just my personal opinion. I always think you should take care of home a little bit more than what they've been doing lately.
New Mexico State's got a couple interesting signings. Isaiah McIntyre, who spent his senior year very injured for the Bulldogs. He's going to go to New Mexico State, looking to sign tomorrow. And also, how about the local big guy, they call him Shaq, Brian Trujillo from Volcano Vista, offensive lineman. He will be expected to sign for New Mexico State tomorrow. Those are the D1 commits that we have word of so far.
Well, yeah, and Trujillo, he's one of those guys where he has a good chance at playing next year. He's such a monster, big load. He just a mean kid.
6'7".
Big, mean kid, right? So there's a chance he could play next year. And even if he redshirts, doesn't hurt him at all.
No.
McIntyre season was taken away because of the knee injury or whatnot. Very explosive. He'll have a chance to redshirt, build himself back up, and hopefully help that Aggies team get some offensive production. But one I'm intrigued by, and I think it's because we did a couple of their games. We had some footage on him. Garrett Gibson,
I like
the
this.
6'6" kid. I like him. I think he's one of those guys who probably slipped under the radar. West Texas probably found the gem.
Out of Valencia High School, going to go to West Texas, the power D2 school. Eastern New Mexico, my alma mater, go Greyhounds, going to get a couple of gems. We like Charles County out of Manzano, going to go to Eastern New Mexico. And then our guy, we're going to see him tonight, Brady Patterson for the Rio Rancho Rams. He's going to dual sport it up, hoops and football, the gridiron first, so he'll be expected to sign to Eastern New Mexico tomorrow.
That's a big-time sign. They had a big signing. Eastern New Mexico probably has signed so far that we know of 7 to 8 kids.
Well, they had Avery Rasher out of Farmington, Nate Nash out of Las Lunas. We know how big Nate Nash was. We had a few highlights of his. Isaiah Taylor from Santa Fe, 6'2", right?
From Santa Fe.
Cameron
he can play.
Mills. So just a great signing job. I love how Eastern's doing a lot of local guys.
Well, that's where you have to build up. You got to build your base in your backyard, and then you can start to reach out to other regions or areas and try to snag a few kids. But get the kids who want to come play for you.
One more
who's
real
gonna
quick,
fight for you.
Charles. David McGee out of Laguna, Acoma. That's one of the smaller high schools
he's
here in
good.
the state in 2A, and he's going to go on to Highlands. So that's a big pickup for Laguna, Acoma for their tradition to build.
And to be honest, I expect a couple more kids to sign who we had
We'll
no
have all the news
idea
for you once we
about
figure
signing.
out Mitch Cantwell.
Well, yeah.
Does Easton Brewer maybe pick up a late offer? All of these things we'll continue to talk about tomorrow
you
on
think
National
about all
Signing
those
Day.
big-time running backs that we had this year in the prep area. So there's tons of talent that I'm very interested to see. I think Highlands is going to snag some. I can see Adams State coming in. I can see Fort Lewis is big on recruiting down here. I can see a lot of our kids going to Fort Lewis. All in all, I can see us with at least 30, 35 signings tomorrow.
All right, let's move on here, and we will cover National Signing Day more in depth tomorrow and get you any kind of breaking news out of that greatest NFL dynasty, Charles, as we move along here on 3 and Out. And, of course, there's a ton to talk about. You think I'm going to go with the Cowboys, right? I mean, that's what you thought I was going to go with.
It's a topic that's coming up now because the Patriots obviously are a dynasty now. And the reason...
Now, this is like their second dynasty.
Yeah, but it hasn't broken up. It's pretty much 2001 till present.
Yeah.
And which is a phenomenal feat when you think about it. But who do you think's the greatest dynasty?
I'm going to go with the New England Patriots.
Oh.
The current dynasty is unprecedented. Look, Tom Brady has been to 6 Super Bowls. This is wild. In 15 years of work, Charles. So he goes to the Super Bowl almost 50% of the time. Almost. I mean, probably.
That's
I
a
don't.
great
My math
percentage.
isn't good right now. Maybe like 42% of the time Tom Brady played in the Super Bowl. That's unbelievable since he started his career. That's amazing. 6 Super Bowls. 4, and he's not done.
He's not
done. He's still got some years left on those
I think
tires.
they'll make that playoff, but I don't see him winning another
Why?
one.
Why not?
Just the way the nature of the beast. I just think someone else is gonna jump up. They'll get
The
eliminated.
dynasty isn't even done.
I didn't say the dynasty is done. I just think they'll make
If
another
he's not
playoff.
in the
They'll
AFC
get to the AFC
championship game,
championship. They'll
then
probably
it's-
lose. But I'm gonna tell you, my greatest dynasty, and it's hard for me to say this, the 49ers. With the Bill Walsh, when Bill Walsh brought the 49ers up, you know, he brought the West Coast offense to the
Montana.
NFL, right? Joe Montana had a bunch of guys around him that no one knew, and by the time he was done, everyone knew these names. And what makes them the dynasty is that once Montana left, Steve Young stepped right in and won some Super Bowls. So
A Super Bowl, not some Super Bowl. Steve Young
he
won
still got
a
a
Super Bowl.
No, he was a backup, so he's in a backup. He got some rings too. So
He
to
won
me,
a
the
Super Bowl.
49ers,
The
still to me are
Cowboys'
one of the greatest.
90s, 3 Super Bowls in 4 years was better than that. Get that
You're
trash
crazy.
out
I
of
knew
here.
you
Get that
were
trash out.
gonna-
Let's go,
I knew-
Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
I knew you would find a way to get the Cowgirls in this conversation. Don't
I
disrespect
went with
the
the
49ers.
Patriots. I went with the Patriots.
about
Bring
the
it back. The
Packers and all that?
NMOTSC Top 10 poll has been released, and we'll release it for you right here on uSports Central.
Patriots. You're crazy, bro.